Good day, everybody. My name is Gesiye-Emi Emiomokumo. I'm a 500 level student of Niger Delta University and currently a 2021 virtual intern at HARLEM Solicitors. So briefly, I'll be talking about the rights afforded by copyright protection and the remedies available in the event of infringement. What is copyright? Copyright refers to that form of intellectual property right, one amongst many, including trademarks, patents, industrial design, trade secrets, and so on. According to the World Intellectual Property Organization, it is a legal term used to describe the exclusive rights that creators or authors have over their literary and artistic works. These works could range from books to films to music to paintings, sculptures, computer softwares and databases, and so on. So basically, there are two classes of rights afforded by copyright protection. The first are the economic rights, and second are the moral rights. Economic rights are otherwise called pecuniary or commercial rights. They basically allow the holder of these rights to derive financial gains or financial reward by allowing the use of the works by other persons. So it includes the holder's rights to authorize or prohibit the reproduction of the work, the distribution and sale of the work, the public performance of the work, the broadcasting of the work, translation, adaptation, and basically other commercial activities involved in relation to the work. Now, unlike moral rights, which I will discuss in just a moment, unlike moral rights, these rights are transferable. They need not be always vested in the author or the creator of the work alone. You can assign them, you can transfer them, you can license them for monetary returns. The moral rights, on the other hand, are rights that allow the owner or the creator of the work to maintain or sustain the indestructible, referred to as the indestructible creational link that he has with his works. So it basically prevents, it basically allows the holder of these rights, the creator, the author, to carry out certain acts to protect the link that he has with his works. So this particular class of rights, unlike the economic rights, they are not transferable. They are forever vested in the person who created the works. So you cannot assign them, or they are only waivable. In some jurisdictions, you can enter into an express agreement not to exercise these rights in the event that somebody infringes them. But in certain jurisdictions like France, it is outrightly prohibited. You cannot assign, you cannot transfer, and you cannot waive these rights. So moral rights are basically classified into two categories. There's the right of authorship. The right of authorship, otherwise known as the right of paternity or the right of attribution, is basically the creator or the author's right to be attributed as the author. So if a person writes a book, even if he transfers the economic right, even if he assigns copyright to somebody else, he still retains that right to be accredited as the author of that work. So the right to have your name as an author on the cover of your book, that's a moral right. It's the right to paternity, the right of authorship, and you cannot assign that. Even if you transfer copyright in the work to maybe an organization or to somebody else, that right remains yours and you can exercise it if you choose to do so. The second is the right of integrity. It's the right of the owner of copyright, to the owner of these moral rights or the holder of these moral rights, to prevent the use of the work, the mutilation of the work, the distortion of the work, modification of the work in a way that is that does not augur well with its reputation, or that will do something to damage its image. So let's say as an artist you paint a self-portrait and somebody goes to after putting the tag "the devil himself," something like that, he paints or adds horns to the picture you have made. So that's kind of distortion or mutilation. It's something that you can actually prevent by the exercise of your moral rights to the integrity of your work. It is the right to keep the work in such a way that it honors whosoever has created it. So these are the basic classifications. These are the basic categories of rights afforded by copyright protection. There are economic and moral rights. Now, the moral rights are divided into rights to paternity or authorship or attribution, and the rights of integrity of the work, the right to prevent mutilation, distortion, modification of the work in such a way that is derogatory to the reputation of the owner. Now, if any of these rights are breached, there are remedies that are available to the plaintiff, to the owner of copyright, or to the holder of copyright. The first and I think the earliest available remedy is what we call the Anton Pilar order. It's basically an order that the court issues in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant in an action to prevent him from getting rid of or destroying the infringing materials, the allegedly infringing materials, to stop him from getting rid of them. That is the evidence that could possibly be used against him. So it is obtained usually at the onset of the suit to prevent the destruction of evidence. Now, the next is damages, very popular, compensation for infringement. So your rights have been infringed, you are entitled to go to court to seek redress in form of monetary compensation. Then we have injunctions, which is that final order that the court issues to stop or the continuation of acts of infringement by the defendant. Excuse me. So an injunction can also be made in favor of the plaintiff. There's also what we call an account for profit. Now, this is a remedy that is available in a peculiar situation where the defendant honestly was not aware or had no reasonable grounds to believe that copyright subsisted in the work that he has actually violated. So in this kind of scenario, in this kind of instance, what the court orders is for the defendant to, every profit that has made from his acts, it will have to refund them back to the plaintiff. And there are also criminal liabilities under the law, under the Copyright Act. It actually criminalizes the violation of another person's copyright. So criminal actions could be taken against somebody who violates copyright, including for aiding and abetting copyright. So that's actually also a possibility. So there you have it. I said, just as a recap, I said there are two classes of rights afforded by copyright protection. There's economic, moral rights. Moral rights are further divided into the right of paternity, and the rights to the integrity of the work. And there are so many remedies available: the Anton Pilar order, injunctions, damages, accounts for profits, and even possibly criminal liabilities. So that brings me to the end of the video. There's more content like this on www.harlemsolicitors.com. You can also follow the firm on social media, LinkedIn at Harlem Solicitors, Instagram at Harlem Solicitors. You can also check out the firm's YouTube page. So that will be all for now. Thank you very much.